Good morning. It is 11:28 and I can prove it because all my work is based on the truth. 11:28, 2019, 12:25. Was Jesus Christ coming or going? I don't know. I didn't want to talk about Christmas, but I'm going to talk about everything Christmas that rang a bell. This is going to be about designs. I need to clean house. I've got paper and designs here and there and stuffed in this drawer. Well, not really stuffed. It's in a file. But still, the file is like, is this what you want to save in your file? So I want to throw it out, but I can't. I just can't. Not yet. Unless I had a secretary to work with me and they can say, well, maybe you should throw it out. And I would say, okay. Or I have to get myself a fireproof safe so I can put stuff in and then look inside and say, do I need another safe or do I have to throw it out? The connecting lines of reality. How an egg is broken, how an egg is brought together, how an egg comes together, why the egg and why the sperm and why the spirit and why the child, and why in the world did we have a placenta that brought us here? It was Mama's gift. We're all the orphan children of God. Oh, yeah, Jamie, I think of you all the time because the way you spell your name, it says, I am and I love, I am a friend. Just look up the word in French, and you speak a little French, right? You're the Allen key of it all, right? You got that extra little torque inside. So, this one is ABC, D, E, F. Oh, my God. Can this one be G? Where does A, D, G go? Where does B, E, H go? Where does C, where does F, where does I go? CFI. Yeah, CFI 369. CFI Miami, CFI California, Los Angeles, Chicago, I don't know. But everybody's in distress. You notice you see all the worst shit out there? Oh, and then in between you see the good stuff. It's not that they want to show you the worst stuff. It's not that they want to make your tender heart, but you need to have a bipolar mind. Yes, the expansion of a mind where the eyes are like popping out and everybody looks at me and they go, you know the way Daniel Negreanu says, you got King 9? Well, people walk up to me and go, you're bipolar. I'm going, mm-hmm. Thank God. I made it into that world. It was a rough ride. You know, like taking the ocean current. There was a movie where there was an ocean current that unless you pass that ocean getting out of the bay, there's this big crash. So while getting from this world of the sleepy world into the bipolar world, there's that big crash. And then the doctors come in and go, I know what's wrong with you. You're bipolar. And what does bipolar equate? Bipolar equates hyper high, hyper low. The lows are so sad. How come? Is it because there's no room to move down there? And over here, there's so much to move. The spirit from one world to the next. Imagine if we didn't set this up properly. I mean, imagine, how do you make a ball? I mean, how do you make a bread? How do you shove all the dough? How do you get all the air pockets out of the bread? And how come the bread, you put a little yeast in it, and it rises? All rise for the judge. We all rise for God. Oh my God, is God, are we in judgment of Jesus or are we in judgment of God? Was Jesus judging anybody at all? No. The Romans were judging everything. Oh my God, it must be Hanukkah. Roman candles, light them up. What is a Roman candle? Well, the rockets are flying in air. They gave it to us in that United States poetry. Oh, say, can you see? No, hold on a second. They got to pause. They got to look around. Well, what am I looking for? Yeah, I can see. I see. Well, what is there anything I need to see? Or can I close my eyes? Sometimes it's better when your eyes are closed and looking. And sometimes it's better to have your eyes open. And for the blind, to change the subject just a little bit, and I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Oh my God. I do a lot of things off the top of my head. So exciting. The orgasm Why certain things are so unimportant in life to one and another and different. Maybe it rang a bell. And it's so funny that I found that because the day before I drew this. Do you notice the way it's sort of like, there's the omega. What is the alpha of the omega? I saw this in a netting. It was a netting, and what the netting did, how it created. See, I got two strings. And unless you manipulate those strings together, you ain't got nothing. So I turned around, I put my foot up. I said, hey, Grandma, you're knitting a hat. Well, my poor Grandma, she's in heaven, but she sent me a message. She says, go get out that old hat and take a look the way I did it. She says, you didn't like it, but it wasn't for your eyes. It was for the eye, not the eyes. It was for the I am and not the I's am. For everything is me and nothing at all. But if you can't see with the one eye and know the difference between all, A, B, C. AC, you have, is A and B. B is supposed to mean two. So do we have B's? Or does B have to come? Because this comes in a pair. B is a singularity. Do you understand? We have to understand really what ABC is. We can see it. But when we go 1.5, do we go A plus or B plus? Is that like B.5 is B plus? Or I'm playing in triple A ball. What are all these letters? Is it 111 or is it 1.11 in A? Or do I have an ace 11 and playing blackjack? So we have to break all these things down and we have to make it simple because we're all the children of God. I know because this game told me so. It says orphans on the board, 17, 6, and 34. 17, 6, and 34. And I've done this 1,000 times and one more time too. I know I got 8,000 videos. I had to do it at least once. Okay, we take a look over here and we have to look for the number 20, 14, 31, 9 equaling to 75. And then the opposite side, 34, 17, 76, 57. That's your moon connection. And there's no borders. There's no 0 and double 0. And you see the way the double zeros together looking like an 8? What does that all mean? I break it down. Sometimes I have the swift answer, my hypothesis, just like everything else. You have no idea. You have no idea about Jupiter. Jupiter can be an image so dense that when you bounce a light off of it, you think you know everything about it. I want to know, out of all my viewers, how many people went to Jupiter? Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, I've been invited to Jupiter. The Gala Hall. It's a Gala Hall. We must be gathering at the Hall of Jupiter. Mars touchdown. I don't know, in football they're making the call. They certainly are. I need more vocabulary. I need how to use my nouns and my verbs and my adverbs and my adjectives. I need to know all these things because they separate. They make separations. They give classifications to the value of the number associated with each and every word and where that comma is going, where the exclamation mark goes, and is that a question or not? Separating that into a whole new category is, doesn't matter what it is, it's a question. Didn't matter what you said. It was an exclamation of the subject. Okay, so I'm going to be throwing things away. So I want to call this video the design video. And this is the design. Do you see the way it looks like it's going down that way? I'm going to take the camera off of here. And I really don't want to do this, but I can redo this with paint. And just, well, this pen doesn't seem to be working. But let me try this one. And my question is, how would we bring it down? Would we bring it down this way? And we can just say it's flowing here. Is that a side road? And then we'd be crossing this way. I'd really like to know how to do my art a whole lot better so I can understand what this is doing. Is this one area telling me that if I bring these two together, it would make the complete circle? If this is a complete circle, I can do it with this. I can do it with a pencil. Should I make it solid? But if this was a complete circle, right, we're going to just bring this together here and this one together over. Now we got a circle. So we have a circle. I'm going to bring this down 2 lines. You notice the way this is 90 degrees, but I didn't cut here 45 degrees. I went a little bit deeper, and I'm assuming it's 667 degrees. I'd like to, so if it's 667 degrees, it's got to be 23.3 degrees. In the spirit of 76, the half-life, the God has come to the birth and the spirit. 19. So I bring down this other one over here. This is just because it's the continuation of the cord, but because the cord is connected together or twisted together, you end up with this design. So on this side of it, when I connect this, this will tell me my H. On this side of it, over here, this will tell me my I. So 1 equals I, 2 equals H. Now we should look up in Gematria or somewhere else. Can we look that up? Let's put it on pause. See, when we get into Chaldean over here, you get into Chaldean, I is 1, H is 5. Okay, I said 2, so now we're going to take this back. Okay, this is in Chaldean. Chaldean has 8 numbers in their system. Okay, and we're going to have the I is going to be 1 and the H is going to be 5. I said H2. Now you have to understand the relationship that we're now using the 4 corners to connect my link. So automatically I need 4, and the bar that runs through it is my 5. I have to find the relationship to where the truth is. If I wanted to go with 667, I would have to go let's say 2 divided by 3 equals, there's your 667. 2 divided by 3 is 667. And what was it? 2 divided by 3. What is it? 2 divided by 6 is 333. 2 divided by 9 equals 2. Whoop. 2 divided by 9 equals 2. 222. There's got to be another 666 here. Hold on a second. So here's what it is. 2 divided by 3, 666. 4 divided by 6, 666. 8 divided by 12, 666. There's 4 times 2, and there's 3 times 4. 2 and 3, your original matter. But 1 and 2 is 3. 8 divided by 3 is 2.266. So this is how we jump numbers onto the other side. So here's your H and I. Here's your 1 and 5. When we go into Gematria, we have the Gematria tree, and we can see I is 5 and H is 6. I is, and Gematria 7. Numbers is 9. Number 9. Okay, numbers is 9, where it ends, the highest number. So in Gematria, you have I and you have H, you have I5 and H6. Now the thing about this is 2 and 1 equals to your gateway of 77. Do you know number 1 has a total letter count of 34? 3 and 4, 7, 1 and 6, 7, 2 and 5, 7. Do you know number 6 equals to a total of 52? 5 and 2, 7, 1, 6 equals everything. Here's your H and your I, the way it comes together. And now you ask yourself, what if the world was on this angle? Is it 2 up? And then there'd be 2 up. And then it'd be 2 down. And then it'd be 2 down. So what if my H was this way? I would be running the top side, and then I'd be running the bottom side. Now I would be totally on the side. And this is where if I run straight up over here, or do you notice the way I can run online completely? But here there is no online. I have to run. Did I get that right? These two, no, up to here and up to here. So this is what my my lines would look like. Anyways, I'm just doing this real quick. I'm not sure if I have this right. If we can just run this here and run this here, and then you would end up with your partial Star of David. I don't know if I did that completely right, but it ends up to be the Star of David that gets formed in here. This becomes your center bar. And now if you're going to connect your center bar, what angle do we do to connect that center bar for our H? Can we make our H and create it on this angle? At the same time, how did I get this over here? Just trying to think. 2 up. No, is this 1, 2? And this is 1, 2 up. So create my complete diamond. I should take this off and redo this art. So anyways, we had 5 and 6, and we put it here, and we created our 5 and 6 with our 1 and 2. 52 stands for the Earth. This is the half-life. Church is also number 61. Okay, alpha beta creation of 11, the gateway. 7 come 11, craps. The whole world basis and continuation and formation of what the law of averages are is exactly the way it seems to be. I assume in my hypothesis, because of all the information that has been collected around the world that I picked up because of what everybody else did, I brought and I formulated to my formula of what everybody else has actually created, but I'm doing it first if this is something you've never seen before. It's perfect. Well, how come it doesn't work perfect? It does. It's the average. It's the average. Well, how come we don't live forever? And how come our bodies die? We're learning. Oh, but life is so short. We need so much more time. We've been interrupted. We might not be in the right worlds. Maybe one day we will get to that other Earth. Maybe we will be human again. But you can never be human the way we are human today, not knowing what's after. You have a period of time, you know your whole life, you have to categorize. If you want to be a God just like God, you have to learn the same way on the way up. Millions and billions and trillions of whatever time it took for us to be who we are. So nutty in the head. Anyways, I want to throw out there a few more designs before I throw them out. This is the I am design. I'm not sure which you want to look at it. If you want to look at it as H or you want to look at it as I. I have a very, very little design here somewhere, and I always loved love. This is love. Oh, hold on a second. I think I got someone knocking. I got someone knocking. The cat. Okay. He's on a little bench. He's on a bench and I offset the bench with the support underneath. So it always leans to the window. So most of the time when you jump on it, if it's leaning to the window, it'll go back this way, and then it'll hit the window, and I'll go, oh, there's a cat. I'll have to go get my cat, bring her in, because I don't want her to sit out too long. She can't come in herself. I have the hammer and the nail. I'm not as swift, and I'm not as fast, and I'm not as good as the cats. I can't do gymnastics like the cats. I can't talk to the star system the way I think the cats do, and I especially don't lick my own ass. So I don't want to go any further than that, because it wouldn't be fair to you putting words in my mouth after. I'll be back. Oh, I'm back. Did everybody go and do their things? Imagine if you're at the theater. How can I watch this guy? How can I watch this guy? I'm like on my nerves. Thank God you can put me on pause and I'm not live, because yeah, there is some shows I like to watch out there that really brings the real world into it. Hey, I didn't interrupt anything. We're in the E world. M, W, M, E, W, M, E, W. Mew. Hey, Mew. Meow, Mew. Meow, meow, Mew. Hey, Miss Mew. So we shorten the meow to a mew. Just like when I speak my words, you don't hear W. You hear woof. Beta creation, woof. Woof. Woofer. Tweeter and woofer. So I got a dog and a bird? What? what story about the dog and the bird that's going to tell me something else about something else? Maybe, oh my God, look at that in the back. That's funny. See that red? And that's a chicken. It looks like a chicken, the bottom part, like near his legs and the bottom, mechanical legs. And here is his orange and the other orange eye. It looks like an alien. But when you put that in the front, if I can change the position of that card, let me see if I can change the position of the card. This would have to go higher up. Let me see before it becomes, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm going to have to do a piece on this. Let me get something underneath it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks good, eh? Looks like a chicken or something there. Oh, just perfect, just perfect. But is it just for me? I want to share it. A, B, C. I definitely want to make money, and lots of it, because I need to help Santa Claus. Promote the channel. How in the world are we going to wake up? I was speaking a few minutes ago, and I'm coming out of the realm. How are we going to wake up and ever reach the age of 500,000? Do we have to go through the passage? I already went through 2 passages in my life. One was when I saw the lady in the sky, right? And I rushed to the hospital because I knew something was wrong. And the other one was the heart attack. And both times, it was insane. The vibration I had, although I was dying, I felt great. And when I had when I saw the lady in the sky, as scared as I was, what happened before that day and a little bit after that day, before the drugs came in and screwed my whole head up, is I was so vibrating inside. It was amazing. It was amazing to see different, like all these people doing these drugs, well, I don't know, LSD, and they start talking about Alex Gray and Einstein and Tesla and everybody that did drugs, you know, happened to see a little bit deeper, because maybe there is a little bit deeper. Maybe why drugs are illegal is for a complete different reason than you actually know. We're going to make sure we give you the legal ones that have 25 side effects. Not like LSD, it'll just either kill you or put you out on the street or something. You get addicted to it. But what other side effects are there besides not eating? But anyways, let's get back to this letter. You see, when you mirror things, you see you have right angle and left angle, right? You also have, oh my God, it was never an M to start with. It was an N. What do you call these 2 angles? What can you call these angles? And what if I held it this way? What if I told you I have numbers that go with this? I got numbers that go with this. Right here. I'm going to show you. I have another one of these here. I got to find it. Where is it? Ah, it's right here. When you see these 2 together here, see this one over here and these 2 together here, and these 2 together here, okay, there's a story in it. And the story, you see the angle it's on? So I'm going to show you this on a piece of paper down here. I'm going to draw. So what happens is I'm not sure if I should do it this way. I'm going to do it 2 different ways. And what this is this is number, let me just hold on a second. Okay, this is number 10. This is 11. This is 13. So I go 10 to 11 to 13. Now, this is, sorry, hold on a second. Now, the key to this is 8. So I go up to 8 and down to here, and then we have that angle design. Or we have the other angle design over here. And this is 8, and this is 10 and 11, and this is 13. That's roulette. So you got 23 here, you got 21 here, and you got 8 and 11, you got 19 here. So those are your primary numbers. Then we can go, we have 13 and 11, 24. 13 plus 11, 24. And then we have to understand what's happening. When we go through this area here, that is an 8 to 1. When we go through the area over here, that is a 17 to 1. That is your Jesus gateway, and that's where you end up with your rectangle of 2 numbers. You're in 2 different worlds in here. This is online. This is 17 to 1, designated by the game of roulette. That tells me the story. Not me, has nothing to do with me. 25 minutes have gone by and I forgot to write the script. Only came out with these papers, which woke up my mind. I didn't need all the information, just needed to know where the art was. The art was going to tell me the rest of the story. Even in this design over here, where you have the beak or the tip of the pyramid and the head. So on the head, because the beak is in that position, because of the position of the beak, I can see the head is turned to the side. And I only have one eye. Let's talk about the one-eyed jack. Let's go on with the video. We're going to finish with this and end the video. You all need a break after 30 minutes, you know? Right? We all watch games on TV. Now we take it and we open it up and now we have time. We have time the same way we had this design over here. It's a little bit different. Okay? Where we have the center bar for the H coming down the 2 sides, and then we have this. So if we have the center bar for the H, what should we, because there's something here and there's nothing here and there is no H, there is no I. It's this bar. Your H is telling you, is this my H because of the 2 sides up with a center of the I? Or is this my I? Is this my I? Or is this my I? Do you know why I'm saying I? Because this and this, but there's no bar down the center. The bar is down the center here. When you have I, you have H, but it's not connected in that way. What do we have to do to connect this? I'm going to have to make multiples of this design. I'm not sure if I should be making multiples of this design, or is there any other way to put this design up other than it to look like, that's right, this will turn into the letter D. Can I do anything else? How can I make this design fold up this way? You see the way it was the N, and because I folded the N up, I'm now at the M, and no more dividing line. Do I have this saying my real ace is on the bottom or my real ace is on the top? Raphael, oh my God, I got so much work to do to classify everything. But before we get going, I have to look for that parking ticket. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You feel me stopping you? I want you to feel like you're going. I learned one more thing before I end the video yesterday. It was a way to sing a song or rap or do poetry. And it's to repeat the first 2 or 3 words before you change the next word because you're thinking about it. Something about time, I know. Something about time, I go. Something about time, I see. Something about time and me. Raphael, 72, 86, in the constellation of Pegasus, under the big I, because this year it's 2020. And when it's over, you have arrived. Thank you for watching this video.